Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Sarvalokanam Vishaya Puroganam Vidhe Sarva Vidyanam Sri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Gurume Deva Sarvagarye Sarvada. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet. नारायणाष्टपुटनिष्कृतम् अप्रमेयम् पुण्यं पवित्रं मदपापहरं शिवं च यो भारतं समधिगच्छति वाच्यमानं किं तस्य पुष्करजले अभिषेचनेन योगो शतं कनकशङ्कमयं ददाति विप्रायविदुषे च पशुश्रुताय एकाञ्च भारतं वदां शृणुयात् समग्रां तुल्यबलं भवति तस्य चेति व्यासं विष्णुनप्तारं शक्ते भोत्रमकलं शम्बराशरात्मन्देशु गदातं दुर्भनतिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णुमे नमो वै ब्रह्मणे वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः नमो धर्माय महते नमः कृष्णाय वेदसे ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमस्कृत्य धर्मान् वक्ष्यामि शाश्वताम् नमो भगवते तस्मै व्यासाय दधीचसे प्रसादात् वक्ष्यामि नारायणकथामिमाम्. So previously we were looking at the battle at the end of 8th day. Duryodhana, after suffering heavy losses at the hands of Arjuna and Bhima, he goes to Bhishma, asking, based on Karna's advice, he goes and asks Bhishma to withdraw from that battlefield. And Karna says that he will come and fight and kill the Pandavas and give victory to Duryodhana. So Bhishma reminds him that what all Karna did, like he ran away from that battlefield when Kauravas went to see those cows, and Pandavas were in the forest. The Gandhar was captured at that time, and also he reminds him of what happened at Virata battle. So he tells him that Pandavas cannot be defeated, but I will continue to fight as long as I have my breath, or I will either give you victory or I will die in this battle. So, except Shikandini, I will fight everyone. And hearing this, Duryodhana instruct Dushasana that make sure that Bhishma is protected, because he told that he's going to kill all the Pandava troops. So he kind of reminds Bhishma of his promise by telling Duryodhana. So like this, so he also tells that make sure that Bhishma is completely protected from Pandavas, and we should not let that Shikandini come there. So he says to Dushasana that Shikandini, Bhishma has told that he will not kill Shikandini because Shikandini was previously female, and that's why he is not going to strike him. So we don't want to let Shikandini come and kill Bhishma. So make sure that Shikandini is not coming anywhere near. So Shakuni, Shalya, Kripa, Drona, Vingsati, all these, let them protect Bhishma, and then once Bhishma is protected, our victory is definitely going to happen. So having said that, Duryodhana makes all the arrangement for Bhishma's protection, and in turn Bhishma leads the Kaurava army for the 9th day's battle. So then Duryodhana once more addresses Dushasana and says that Yudhamanyu protects the left side of Arjuna, and similarly Uttama he protects right side. So these two are Drupada's sons. So they protect Arjuna on both sides. So, and Arjuna in turn, he protects Shikandini. So like this, Shikandi is always protected by Arjuna. Make sure that Shikandini does not kill Bhishma in this battle. So having said that, they advance, and then seeing that Bhishma leading the troops, Arjuna, he requests, asks Dushadimna that make sure that Shikandini is in front of Bhishma. So let's place Shikandini in front of Bhishma, and I will protect him. And like this, the Pandavas prepare their counter measure, and then they start the day. So when Bhishma went out for the troops, he went out with his troops, and then they prepared a vyuha called Sarvatobhadra, protected from all sides. Kripa Kritavarma, Shaivya Shakuni, and Shalya, Sudakshina of Kamboja king, and then all these together with Bhishma and Duryodhana and his brothers, they were at the front. Drona, Bhurishrava, Shalya, Bhagadatta, they are on the right side. Ashwatthama, Somadatta, and Vinda, Aravinda of Avanti, they were on the left side. Duryodhana with all Trigarthas took up the middle position, and then Alambusha, Rishishringa's son, and Shritayus, they were at the back, and like this, they formed the array. And then Yudhisthira on the other side, with Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva, they all took up their positions in their own vyuha. Drishtadhyumna, Virata, Satyaki, all of them supported large force, and Shikandni, Arjuna, Gadodgaja, Chekitana, Kunti Bhoja, all of them protection. Similarly, Abhimanyu with Draupadi's sons, Kaikeyi brothers, they all prepared and put their armor and everything, protection, and then they were ready for that battle stood there. So then the battle starts between the Pandavas headed by Bhima and then the Kauravas headed by Bhishma. The battle starts, both sides with all their instruments playing, drums, kettle drums, horns, everything. They with huge shouts, and they started rushing at each other, and then the battle starts from both sides. All the foot soldiers, horse riders, elephant riders, charioteers, everybody started fighting one another, and the battle continues. In that battle, Abhimanyu, he rushes towards Kaurava host, seeing Duryodhana and others, he rushes towards them. He starts destroying the Kaurava force, and he, with his arrows, he kills a lot of Kaurava warriors, and with their chariots, horses, horse riders, elephants, elephant riders, everything destroyed by him. So Abhimanyu, like this, he continues to destroy that force, and seeing him for battling in that, like Indra himself in that battlefield, and like another Arjuna, Duryodhana becomes worried, and Abhimanyu continues to fight, and he strikes every warrior that from Kaurava side coming forward. So he Kripa, Drona, Ashwatthama, Jayadratha, all these face up to Abhimanyu, but they could not resist him. And again, he continues to in a circular motion draw his bow. That means continuously releasing the arrows from all the sides, the arrows coming towards him, and also the warriors, the soldiers, troops coming towards him, he's hurting them. So seeing them, Duryodhana becomes worried, and he asks Alambusha, saying that Abhimanyu singly, like another Arjuna, he is destroying the troops. So you are capable of, you are know all the weapons and everything. So that's why you go there and you fight with Abhimanyu. So we protect Bhishma and Drona. We will make sure Pandavas are killed. You make sure Abhimanyu is killed. So having said that, he rushes towards Abhimanyu. Alambusha rushes towards him and making huge size of himself, and he comes across to Abhimanyu. And then when he comes there, the battle begins between Abhimanyu and Alambusha. So both of them have so Abhimanyu, seeing that Rakshasa with his troops coming together, Abhimanyu kills all those Rakshasas coming towards him, and then with his arrows, he kills and thousands of those Rakshasas. But seeing Alambusha coming there with his terrible face, looking at the Pandavas' army, they were all become Abhimanyu, who were their troops, they become worried and they started running away. But again, seeing that, Draupadi's sons, they come there to support Abhimanyu and fight with Alambusha. So they all rush and they all start striking Alambusha. Prativindya, he pierces Alambusha with sharp arrows, and then Alambusha, becoming very angrily, he strikes those five brothers and he strikes all of them. He cuts off their arrows, bows, standards, everything. And then he, with five arrows, he strikes each of them individually. So all those five brothers, Draupadi's sons, they were losing in that battle to Alambusha. And Alambusha also kills their horses and charioteers, so they become very much struggle to move from that place. So at that time, Abhimanyu again comes there, and then he starts having battle with Alambusha. So seeing this, Alambusha results into he tries to fight with Abhimanyu, but Abhimanyu was stronger, so he could not resist Abhimanyu. So Dhritarashtra, listening to this, asks more details about how did Alambusha and Abhimanyu fight and what did Ghatotkacha, Nakula, Sahadeva, Satyaki, Arjuna, all this they all did to my troops and things like that. Sanjay again says that I'll describe all this battle that took place between those Rakshasas and Abhimanyu, and also I'll describe you Arjuna, Bhima, and Nakula, Sahadeva, everybody, how they faced up to Bhishma and Drona. Listen to this awful battle carefully from me. So, and then he continues. So, Alambusha repeatedly he was striking at Abhimanyu, and Abhimanyu similarly, without any fear or anything, he was striking at Alambusha, and the battle continued like that. Abhimanyu pierces Alambusha with three sharp arrows, and once again with five arrows. Alambusha again angrily he strikes at Abhimanyu in the chest with 9 arrows. So like this, Abhimanyu fights him with thousands of arrows. Abhimanyu again angrily he strikes at Alambusha in the chest with 9 straight arrows, and those arrows penetrated his body, and he becomes very much impacted by that. He was hurt by that. And then Abhimanyu again continues to strike at Alambusha, thinking this. So Alambusha losing in that battle, he was struggling, and so what the result is, he starts creating illusion. So through illusion, he creates complete darkness, and nobody could see anything. And then in that darkness, he starts fighting. Abhimanyu immediately, seeing that illusion created, uses Surya's weapon, and with that weapon, he clears that darkness and brings the brightness again, and then continues to fight with Alambusha. So he again strikes with straight arrows towards him, and then when that illusion was destroyed and Abhimanyu was battling, Alambusha becomes very worried, and then he leaves, runs away from that battle from Abhimanyu in great fear. He runs away from that battlefield. So seeing this, Pandava troops becomes very happy, and they gave to a great shout. So then Bhishma on the other side comes there. He comes there and he covers Abhimanyu with thick showers of arrows, and then again Abhimanyu resists him. And seeing Abhimanyu battling Bhishma, Arjuna comes there to support him. And like this, then Arjuna and Bhishma, they start battle each other. Their battle continues. Kripa, he fights, staying alongside Bhishma. He strikes at Arjuna with 25 arrows. And at that time, with Bhishma and Kripa fighting together, Satyaki comes there and he strikes at Kripa. And then the battle begins between Kripa and Satyaki. So then Satyaki, in that battle, he takes up a very strong arrow, and then he strikes towards Kripacharya. At that time, Ashwatthama coming there, he cuts off that arrow that was heading towards Kripa. So that's how he rescues Kripa from that arrow that was coming there from Satyaki. Then Satyaki starts having battle with Ashwatthama. So Ashwatthama again cuts Satyaki's bow in pieces, and then Satyaki takes one more bow, but then Ashwatthama cuts again, but then Satyaki takes another bow and he strikes at Ashwatthama in the chest with 6 arrows. Then, feeling that arrows on his chest, Ashwatthama sits down on in the terrace of his chariot, catching hold of the Dwaja flag staff that was there and holding of that. He sits down, and then moments later he regains his consciousness and then starts fighting again with Satyaki. With long arrows, he starts fighting. He cuts off Satyaki's standard and then gives a huge roar. And then once again, they continue to fight each other in that battlefield, Satyaki and Ashwatthama. So, but Satyaki, even Ashwatthama was covering with thousands of arrows. Satyaki was countering, and then he was covering Ashwatthama with large number of arrows. But Ashwatthama could not resist Satyaki. So, seeing this, Drona comes there and towards Satyaki, and with hope of rescuing his own son Ashwatthama from that battlefield, and then he starts battle with Satyaki. So Drona and Ashwatthama now fighting with Satyaki. Satyaki then fights Ashwatthama. He abandons Ashwatthama and strikes at Drona with 20 arrows. And then, like this, the battle continues. So then, Arjuna there, he comes there, and then he starts fighting with Drona. So Drona and Arjuna start their fight at that time. So listening to this, Dhritarashtra asked, how did Drona and Arjuna fight each other? Because Drona Arjuna is Drona's dear, very dear to Drona, even more than Ashwatthama. And similarly, Guru Drona is as well very much respected and by Arjuna himself. So how did they fight? So Sanjay says that in this battle, there is no Guru, there is no Shishya. In this battle, Drona does not recognize Arjuna as his dearmost, and similarly, Arjuna, with his Kshatriya duty in view, he does not recognize any Guru in that battlefield. He only sees his enemy. All this is because of your own reasons. So Sanjay then continues narration of that battle that took place. So Arjuna strikes Drona with 3 arrows. Drona again did not bother about those arrows. He did not think. Again, we'll see again and again in this battle. Arjuna, whenever he was fighting with Drona and Bhishma, he does not strike them so much, so it hurts them and things like that. So because of Guru and the love he has for them. So Drona here did not bother about those arrows, and again Arjuna once more covers him with a large number of arrows. So at that time, Duryodhana dispatches Susharman, Trigarta king, towards Arjuna, and he comes with his large number of troops, Trigarta warriors, towards Arjuna. And he strikes at Arjuna with he strikes at Arjuna, and then Arjuna in return strikes him with Susharman and his sons with long arrows. So Arjuna again continues to fight with them, and in that battlefield he destroys, kills large number of troops that accompanied Trigarta troops that came there with Susharman. So Arjuna uses the Vayuva weapon, and with that huge large amount of wind started blowing, and then all the trees and everything started falling down, and then that started hurting the Kaurava troops. And Drona, seeing this, he releases the Shaila weapon. Shaila is mountain. So when the wind blows, if the mountain is there, it raises it. So that's the logic here. So he releases Shaila weapon and then stops that, and then the wind stops. So, but Trigarta warriors who were there, the troops, they already became powerless because of that weapon that Arjuna has done, and they all started running away from that battlefield. Then Duryodhana Ashwatthama, Shalya, Sudakshina, Kamboja, King, Vindanu, Balika, all these surrounded Arjuna on all sides. So all this together started fighting. So Bhagadatta with Shritayus surrounded Bhima with his elephant division. Bhurishrava, Shala, and Shakuni, they fought with Nakula Sahadeva, Bhishma in that battlefield with Duryodhana's brothers who were remaining. They went against Yudhisthira. So, seeing the elephant division coming in towards him, Bhima becomes very happy, and then he jumps down from his chariot like he did previously when he fought Kalinga and Magadha elephant troops. Like this, now he goes against Bhagadatta's elephant division. He jumps down, and then with his mace in his hand, he starts going against those elephants. So one after the elephant, he holds them by the trunk and then smashes them, or sometimes he takes their tusk and then pulls the tusks out, and then using that tusk as a weapon, strikes the another elephant. Like this, he makes his own way, and then start fighting that in that battlefield, destroying that troop that was coming his way. Seeing this, all these Duryodhana's troops started running away. So just as the midday happened, Bhishma continued killing Panchala troops that were there. He continues to destroy them. So Drishtadyumna, Shikandi, Virata, Drupada, all of them jumped on Bhishma. Bhishma struck Drishtadyumna, Virata with 3 arrows each, and Drupada with a long arrow. And then they all started striking back at Bhishma, and then Shikandini as well pierced Bhishma with many arrows. Bhishma but did not strike back at Shikandini. Drishtadyumna, he released 3 arrows at Bhishma's chest, Drupada with 25 arrows, Virata with 10 arrows, and Shikandini with 25 arrows. Even though deeply hurt by those arrows released from Drishtadyumna, Drupada, and Virata, Bhishma did not move, and then he in turn struck all of them with 3 arrows each, and then he cut off Drupada's bow with an arrow, and then he taking Drupada taking up another arrow, he strikes Bhishma with 5 arrows. So then Bhishma again, Drupada again strikes Bhishma's charioteer with 3 arrows. So then in that battlefield, Draupadi's son with Kaikeyi brother Satyaki, all of them headed by Yudhisthira, they all rush towards Bhishma. So and Drishtadyumna, all of them go towards Bhishma, but none of them could resist Bhishma. He continued to resist all these warriors that's coming there, and then continues to kill Pandava troops coming towards the Panchala troops that are coming towards him. He continues to destroy them in large numbers. So the fierce battle takes place between them. Bhishma kills a large number of troops in that battlefield. So again, the warriors, everybody in that battlefield were talking as if like all this happening because of Duryodhana's greed, and they were blaming Duryodhana in that battlefield on both sides. But Duryodhana urges all of them, Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, Shalya, everybody, he urges, why are you waiting? Go and fight with Pandavas. He urges all of them. So Sanjay narrating this again reminds Dhritarashtra of the counsels he rejected by all the good people around him. So he reminds him, and it's all because of this, and it's because of your evil policy, all this is happening. So Arjuna, in that battlefield, he continues to face the Trigartas, and then a large number of arrows. He strikes those army that's coming there. Susharman again strikes at Arjuna, and then he strikes Krishna with 70 arrows, and Arjuna again with 9 arrows. Like this, Susharman as well faces bravely Arjuna with Arjuna, but with those arrows coming from Arjuna, all the troops, some Trigarta troops that's coming there, they all started running away. So even though Susharman tried to stop them, they did not see. So seeing like that, his troops running away, Duryodhana himself at the head of that army and Bhishma, they all go against Arjuna in that battlefield. So when the battle like this, they continues between Arjuna and Bhishma, they continue the battle. So when it was during midday, around midday, Satyaki and Kritavarman, they fight each other. Similarly, Drupada and Drona, they fight each other, remembering all the previous hostilities between them. Bhima and Ballika, they fight each other. Abhimanyu, Chitrasena, they fight one another. And in that battle, Abhimanyu kills his charioteer and also horses, and then Chitrasena jumps down and goes and boards on Durmuka's chariot. And Drona in that battlefield, he strikes Drupada and recollecting all the previous battles between them. Then Bhima again strikes Ballika. So again, Ballika with his charioteer died. He jumps down and he goes onto Lakshmana's, Duryodhana's son Lakshmana's chariot. Satyaki, having resisted Kritavarman, he goes against Bhishma in that battle. So again, in one after another, the battle continues between them. So Satyaki strikes Bhishma, and then Bhishma again resists Satyaki, and then he strikes Satyaki in the chest with 9 arrows. Then the Pandava warriors, again, all of them, again, people are trying to resist Bhishma after one after another, but they are still struggling. So seeing Bhishma again angry in that battlefield, Pandavas were very much worried and they were battling. So Duryodhana then addresses Dushasana saying that this Bhishma is trying to kill all the Pandavas today. So it is our duty to protect Bhishma at all costs. So make sure that Bhishma is fully protected. So then saying that, Dushasana, they all surround Bhishma and make sure that the Bhishma is fully protected. Shakuni in that battle ground, he has battle with Nakula, Sahadeva and Yudhisthira. Duryodhana dispatches 10,000 warriors, horsemen towards Pandavas in that battlefield, and all of them started fighting with these people. So Yudhishthira with Nakula Sahadeva checked all those 10,000 people and they killed all of them. So all those warriors killed by Yudhishthira, Nakula Sahadeva. Duryodhana then looks at Shalya and says that Yudhishthira with Nakula Sahadeva destroyed in our very sight, destroyed all the entire troops. So go and only you can do it. You can resist the troop, go and fight. So then Shalya comes there and he has battle with Nakula Sahadeva and Yudhishthira. So he strikes Yudhishthira with 60 arrows, and then he struck Nakula Sahadeva's 2 arrows, and like this they continue. So then Bhima, seeing Yudhishthira in that battle with Shalya, he which very much troubled. At that time Bhima comes there and he rescues Yudhishthira from Shalya in that battlefield. So now in the late afternoon, Bhishma again continues to destroy the Pandava force, like Yama himself. All the Pandavas that were coming there from Saviras, Kitasas, Easterners, Western, Northern, Malavas, Abhishas, Surasenas, Shibis, Vasatis, all those things, warriors, troops, tribes that came there to battle, supporting Pandavas, none of them could avoid Bhishma's arrows and an entry into Yama's place. So all of them died. So like this, the battle continued. Nakula, Sahadeva, Satyaki, Drishtadyumna, all of them were struck, injured by Bhishma in that battlefield. So the Pandava army continues to suffer from Bhishma's bow. 14,000 chariot riders of Chedi, Kashi, Kurukshetra, all of them were killed by Bhishma in that battlefield on the 9th day. So seeing that battlefield like that, all the Pandava troops, they started flying away. from running away from that battlefield. So in that battlefield, nobody checked whom they are fighting, whether they on the opposite side, whether that's their relative or anything. They did not bother. They just tried to kill one another. So then, seeing that battle going like this, Krishna uh, uh, at Arjuna's holding Arjuna's horses, he tells Arjuna that the time has come for what you have said previously. Previously at Virata, you said that I will kill all the warriors on Dhritarashtra's son of Dhritarashtra's son, all of them, including Bhishma and Drona. So that time has come. Remembering your Kshatriya duty, fight without any anxiety, because Arjuna was fighting with anxiety how to strike these people. So then Arjuna again looks at him and says that to acquire sovereignty, this kingdom with hell at the end. So even though we win this kingdom, we will end up with hell. So, but this is my Kshatriya duty. What should I do? And I will go and fight Bhishma. So saying this, he urges Krishna to towards Bhishma, and then seeing that Yudhisthira comes there, and then he also supports fighting Arjuna in that battle against Bhishma. So the battle continues. Arjuna taking his Gandiva, he rises up and then he strikes at Bhishma, and he makes sure that he cuts Bhishma's bow into pieces. And seeing that, Bhishma applauds him, saying that well done, oh Arjuna, well done, you're done. So because nobody could do those kind of things to Bhishma. So then Bhishma again taking up another bow. He strikes many arrows at Arjuna and Krishna, and then like this, he was striking, but Krishna very beautifully, he in a circular motion, he moves that chariot so that the thousands of arrows coming from Bhishma, they do not strike the horses or Arjuna or himself. So like this, Krishna moves, and seeing Arjuna battling with him very mildly with Bhishma, Krishna abandons his chariot. He jumps down from that with whip only on his hand. He moves towards Bhishma, and seeing Krishna coming towards him and very near to him, everybody starts thinking Bhishma is killed. Bhishma is killed by Krishna. He's going to be killed now, so by Krishna. So Krishna rushes towards him, and Bhishma, seeing Krishna coming towards him, he welcomes him, saying that come, Deva, come here and kill me. Okay, so because killed by you, I will attain the best status. So kill me in this from this battle. So when he was saying that, Arjuna rushes towards Krishna, and again, like we saw in the previously on the third day, I think. So in the battle where Krishna went with his broken wheel, so just like that, here Arjuna comes and he gets hold of Krishna's leg, and at the 10th step, he manages to stop Krishna. So then Arjuna again promises that I will do what you said, and then Krishna again reminds him that if you don't want to do it, I will do this. I will kill this Bhishma. So, but Arjuna promises that I will do that. So you come back. So then, having said that, Krishna returns, and then the battle again resumes between them. But Bhishma in that battlefield, nobody could stop him. So the battle continues, and then he destroys large number of Pandava army in that battle. So as that day towards comes to an end, so the sun starts setting, troops started withdrawing, and Yudhisthira, as twilight started coming in, and his troops slaughtered in large numbers by Bhishma, he was very much fear-stricken, and he was worried about what's going to happen if the battle continues. And thinking like that, and also seeing sun setting, he withdraws his troops, and similarly, Kauravas withdraw their troops. So at the end of the day, when all the troops they went to their tents, Pandavas were very much worried. Yudhisthira was very much worried, and they all assembled together. And then Yudhisthira addresses Krishna, saying that Krishna, look at this Bhishma and his strength. He crushes my troops like elephant crushes in the reeds in the forest. So how like like a forest fire, he's burning everything, he's destroying everything. When he's like that, he nobody can face up to him. He's like Takshaka himself in that when Takshaka with his poison comes there, like that he's like Varuna himself with his news, or even Indra himself with his Vajra. So Bhishma is incapable of being defeated. When this is the case, so what can I do? So this is the same Yudhishthira was crying at the end of first day's battle. Similar things here repeat at the end of ninth day, looking at Bhishma's what the damage that Bhishma has caused. So he says that it is because of my misunderstanding, weakness in understanding, I have started this battle. I should have retired to woods and started practicing austerities there. Like an insect rushing to the battle, an insect rushing to the blazing fire, I'm rushing everybody, all my troops, everybody to Bhishma. So at this battle, I cannot desire anymore because Bhishma kills everyone. So my brave brothers, they all suffered because of me, because of their love for their eldest brother. They came to me in the forest and they gave up their kingdom and everything. Similarly, Draupadi as well gone into a lot of distress because of me. But I regard this life as very valuable. So I should spend remaining life practicing virtue and practicing austerities. So that's even that's the only way I can see. But Krishna, tell me what is the option I have without impacting on my Kshatriya duties. So he says that, and then Krishna at that time says that this grief is not, sorrow is not good for you. So when Arjuna, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva, and many other kings are assembled here, they all fighting for you. It is not good. So if Arjuna does not want to kill Bhishma, then I will go on a single chariot. I don't need any troops or any support or anything like that. I will go on a single chariot and I will kill Bhishma and I will kill everybody and I will make you the king. Same promise Krishna makes as he did in the first day, end of the first day. And he says that whoever is your enemy, they are my enemy as well. And whatever is mine, that is yours as well. And Arjuna is my friend, relative, and also disciple. So I will cut my own flesh and give it away for the sake of Arjuna. So I will do anything. So command me in what way I can fight. I should fight. And if again Arjuna requests me to fulfill this desire, saying that I can go and kill Bhishma, then I will do it. So again, Krishna says that I will do it, but let Arjuna ask it. So that means Arjuna is saying that I am not capable of doing it. So because Arjuna has previously promised that he will kill Bhishma. So if now he says that he wants me to do it, I will do it. So Bhishma is now lost his judgment. He's no longer thinking sensibly. So he's lost his intelligence is decayed and he's having little sense. So that's why he should not be spared anymore. So Krishna says that, and he says that he is ready to kill Bhishma on his own as long as Arjuna agrees that he does not want to do it. So we'll take stop.